Grand Rising, Big Cat. Welcome, or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in! Come on! I've got intel. Recon is afoot. May your comings and goings be forever covered by the grace of the Most High. When in doubt, go within. Namaste, bestie. Glad you could pop in for this little tete-a-tete as we unpack. They called you crazy, cray-cray. They told you was cuckoo, right? For Cocoa Puffs. They said this and that, darling dears. Until your words became the prophecy. Welcome to the courtroom of karma. And guess what? We got the mic today, darling dears. They said you were cray-cray, unstable, delusional. Imagine that. But now, they're choking on your silence, blood, haunted by your receipts. And they're realizing you were never broken, darling dears. You were never was. You are becoming the what? The prophecy. Remember, I told you that. Let's dive right in, darling dears. Lower the music a bit so you can hear everything. We're going to kick off today. We're going to use the dice. Give it a good shufty, darling dears. Get all of the answers out. Good golly and the gosh. We love it, darling dears. You have the energy of a 7. When we see the energy of a 7, darling dears, lean in, bestie. Lean in. The energy of the 7, you could be a life path 7, darling dears, or you are embodying this energy at this moment in time. The energy of the 7 is 7, 16, and 25. It's ruled by Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces. Okay? The energy of the numbers is representative of the letters G, P, Y. Neptune represents O and Z. It also represents the South Node. So these are people from your past, or your past life, darling dears. They've come to their what? Prophetic conclusion. Remember, I told you that. We love it. We don't hate it. The energy of the 7 also speaks about your dreams and the illusions they try to what? Crush you under. They thought flying monkeys would what? Make you what? Give up, darling dears. Go undercover. They didn't know that it was your starting point, darling dears. Your starting point. The energy of the 7 tells me that your luckiest days will be Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Your luckiest numbers over the next 7 days will be the numbers 4, 5, and 7. The energy of the 7 is representative of a semi-sextile. This is healing and transformation. You're undergoing a new level of knowledge, darling dears. Wisdom and understanding. You've gone through the introspection, darling dears, and you've learned. This is what it's all about. The energy of the, excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. The energy of the 1 and the 6, darling dears. It tells me that you are going into, for some, you are going into a new situation. Not situation shit, darling dears. Not situation shit. Some of you are going into a relationship, darling dears. Listen. I had to pause them. If you're going into a relationship and you paid your knees, you went through celibacy, was cutting all cords, darling dears, well, go ahead. But if you have not done those things, think very carefully, darling dears. Remember, you don't want to be caught in the same what? Karmic trap. According to the Loshu grid, we're going to speak about the other numbers first. According to the Loshu grid, darling dears, the energy of the 7 is representative of early fall. So this is something that's impeding, darling dears. We're almost approaching fall. Remember, I told you that. The energy of the seven also speaks about creativity. It speaks about children, darling dears, as well as entertainment. They thought, they thunk what they was doing, darling dears, when they was calling you delusional, right? Was entertaining. Well, guess who's laughing now? It's also representative of a westerly direction, and it's also lean in, bestie, lean in. It's earth energy, and earth energy represents the north in direction, darling dears. It also is feminine energy. It speaks about your stability, the fertility, darling dears, how you managed to harmonize your life. You used all of these South Node things, darling dears, to create a practical guide to move forward. Okay. You were supportive in a situation that did not deserve a scrap of your time. All right. Let's press on. Let's press on. According to astrology, the energy of the seven is the seventh house, darling. It is your relationships and partnerships. It covers marriages, commitments, legal contracts, as well as open enemies. They hate your guts. And you know why they hate your guts? Because they're attached to your eyelashes, darling dears. You're saying, what? Where? What? Your eyelashes attached to you. They hate your guts. In case you didn't get it the first time, darling dears. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. The energy of the seven is representative of lean in, bestie, some more. Lean in some more. It's Venus energy, darling dears. It's Libra, air cardinal sign, darling dears. They utilized your confidence that you gave them. You was their confidant, darling dears. They utilized it, to arm themselves against you. But they didn't realize what you said, darling dears, is prophecy in their life. The energy of the seventh house also speaks about astrology. Many of you have learned astrology. Astrology is the only way. It is the blueprint, right? Your Akashic record, your snapshot. It tells you of the past, your future, and your predicted future. But remember, we all have a choice. All right, let's carry on. Let's carry on. Let's speak about Venus a moment, darling dears. Venus is fixed energy, darling dears. It speaks about love. It speaks about money. It speaks about your self-worth. And as I said, some of you are going to be going into union, and this will lead to marriage if you've done the work. And make sure, let me tell you this before we press on. Make sure that the person that you are about to tie yourself to is not your enemy sign, because you'll be sorry. Oh my God. You will be sorry. All right, let's press on. Let's press on, darling dears. According to the 48 laws of power, it speaks about allowing others to do the work for you. They done it. They did it. They did that shit. Remember, I told you that. They was trying to control the outcome in a situation and take credit for the results. The of trying to poison other people's minds against you, right? They sure did that shit. They did it, and they're not sorry. Energy of the seventh house also covers law number 8, make people come to you. Law number 23, concentrate your efforts. As well as law number 29, the Wendy Williams, plan all the way to the end, fist bump. The energy of the 7, according to tarot cards, darling dears, is the Chariot, the warrior within you, which they never expected, right? It also speaks about, it has a time frame, darling dears, okay? The time frame has passed. It was the 20... Oh, come on, Case. The 21st of June up until the 22nd of July. So what's going down, darling dears? It's already happened. But your words, the prophecy you breathed on into their life, darling dears, is unfolding. You've got them by the proverbial balls. Yeah. These double-minded people. They didn't know that you know how to hold your gangster, become a keyboard gangster, and understand what's really going on. The energy of the one, darling dear, says that you have a major decision to make, but you cannot, I repeat, cannot make this major decision until after the next new moon. I've told you many times, go to astroseek.com. It's free. Download the moon phase cycle, darling dear, so you will know what is approaching. Okay? The energy of the 6 speaks about what? Somebody's going to be needing your help. It could be for a hospital or medical center visit, or it could be for cosmetology, darling dears, or it could be you going through this, darling dears. It's also a reminder that water is your therapy. Whether you are around a body of water, swimming, whatever, darling dears, water is your therapy. All right, let's press on. Let's press on. Let's get a message from your ancestors, darling dears, on the base of the deck. Hey, ooh, child, hex them. Listen, when they ate us, what do? We nine them, darling dears. We nine them. Let's give it a good shufti. Tell us. Yeah, you've got the badass alchemist ways, darling. This is representative of the magician in tarot, and we love it. We don't hate it. The alchemist. You are in manifestation mode. Why? Because you stand in your personal power. You are utilizing communication. This is what? Underlining your skills, darling. Is the skills they never said you had. The magician is a prophesizer, as is the high priestess, darling dears. But you're, as the magician, when you prophesize, darling dears, it also comes with action. This tells me that you have all of the tools. Some of you may even be, I saw a herbal garden. Someone's putting together a garden. Base of the deck, darling dears, we've got the earth energy. We already had it out with the energy of the 7, darling dears. You are creating a new foundation. Because you're awakening. Yeah, they didn't want you to wake up, darling dears. They wanted you to stay what? Under the Maya, right? Believing that you cannot when you can. You always had all of the answers. Okay, let me bring up the comments on the screen so I can see what you're saying, darling dears. Give me a second. I'm a one-woman cat, right? Allow me. Alexis Holmes, Big Cat Wave, DD, I see you. Alexis Holmes, Big Cat Wave, DD, I see you. Good God. Did you hear that? Give me a second, darling dears. Let me get them all up so you can be reminded of your greatness. Whatever they threw at you, darling dears, you was able to alchemize it and change it for your greatness. Remember, I told you that. All right. The grounding and on the base of the deck, darling dears. We don't want that old broom that swept the room. Why? The broom came with what? Skullduggery, right? From skullduggerous behaviors. Remember, you are the red light, green light champion, as am I, of 2018. Let's press on. Let's press on. They mocked your truth and labeled it as madness, darling dears. But every word you whispered became their sentence. You weren't spiraling. You were sinking to sacred timing. Your silence wasn't weakness. It was weaponized peace. Now they're haunted by what they laughed at, darling dears. You didn't lose your mind. Big Cat, you became the prophecy, the prototype of your lineage, the breaker of generational curses. And that is not easy. In some cases, you will have to move away from your family, every friend that you had, darling dears, and you will find yourself alone. But in that aloneness, you will be what? Alchemized. It's just started to rain outside, darling dears. This is a blessing in disguise. Remember, I told you that. All right. Let's press on. Let's press on. The cards are not going together, darling dears. What they said
is not lining up. Yeah. They're feeling trapped, haunted, darling dears, haunted, right? Because of the secrets, darling dears. Well, it was a secret when you had them as your confidant, darling dears, but they let all of those secrets out. Let's press on, darling dears. They are nothing but what? Liars and thieves. Every thief is a liar and every liar is a thief. And my mum always said, a lazy dog will nyam dirty pudding. All right. Listen, when the Jamaicans come and tell us stuff, you don't understand it at the time. But time is like fine wine, darling dears. It will always come out in the wash. Let's press on. We're going to lead with this deck. On the base of the deck, darling dears. I told you, remember, they're remembering everything, darling dears. And they would love to come back. Why? For the cover and the grace you gave them. Bestie, you was always the power grid. When they was in your presence, their finances went up, their life went up, and what was they doing in return? They was draining you. They was there for recon, darling dears, to try and drown you with whatever you told them in confidence. But it's not lining up. They are feeling trapped, darling dears, trapped with the secrets that they exposed. Right, let's give it a good shufti and see what go on. These open enemies. Good golly and the gosh. What was the message that they ignored before they divulged your deepest secrets? What did they ignore? Let's see. Yeah, you know how to come back, darling dears. You are trung. You're not strong. You're trung. Trondg. You've gone from the strong to the trung, right? It's also a reminder to avoid any manipulations, darling dears. We have what? Leo energy, and Leo is the 5th house, the house of luck, but it also represents children. Remember, I told you that. A reminder not to allow what? Flattery to what? Break into your uniqueness, your creativities, darling dears. The energy of the 5th house could also represent what? Love affairs. Yes. Drama, darling dears.com. Something that we don't understand anymore. Why? We're not in that space, but it can be on the hemisphere. Like I said, know what their Chinese zodiac sign is. Know their birth date. No, there's too much intel out there for you to be tricked. They didn't know that you would come back from it. This is why they're crying into their fists, darling dears. They didn't know that Divine gave you the 2 of Cups, a new beginning. What you are seeking is seeking you. They thought you'd be on the rocks of life, darling dears. And look, the same card fell out again. They're remembering everything, that you was their everything. Whether you are male or female, you was always the emperor. You gave protection, finances, guidance. Oh, they remember it, darling dears, but they're remembering it quietly. They did not expect you to have this level of strength. Put the camera down so you can see. They didn't expect you to have this level of silence, darling dears. And it's ripping them apart, darling dears. When we see the cups, it's all the emotions are bubbling up to the surface. We've also got Scorpio on both of the cards, darling dears. This is your rebirth. They weren't expecting it. Also expect some kind of finance, some kind of redress being paid to you, darling dears. Why? Because you've let go of the situation. It also speaks about funds, darling dear. So there was some funds tied in a situation that you had to let go of. But they didn't know that you would what? Come back as the boss. You have to remember, not all money is good money, darling dears. All right, let's press on. Let's press on, darling dears. They're backstabbers. Luke 22:48, right? And they are feeling the full-on boomerang effect. Proverbs 21:18. Let's split the deck, darlings. Yes, they wants to come back. They're feeling like a dumbass, a dickhead, darling dears, right? And a full-on dummy bat. And again, the cups come out again. When we see this, this is a lot of emotion, darling dears. This is in reverse because it's the secret tears, right? All of what they did, darling dears, is affecting them. Don't ever underestimate your gangster, darling dears. Never you underestimate it. Let's go with this. We split the deck. Matter of fact, let's pick them up so we've got space, because my table is very big, darling dears, but I'm telling you, I've got lots of things on this table and every one of them are important. Allow me, yeah? Let me go with here first. These are my FP555 Oracle cards, darling dears. If you want to pick them up, it's in the description box below. I've mixed them together because who gon' check me boo? Right? Okay. What did I say? They were blessing blockers. They are back, front, neck tabbers. Did I not just tell you the Leo sun already came out? The 5th house, big cat energy, darling dears. It's on a 3 and a 2. You've got travel. Travel coming towards you, darling dears. And it's also information coming towards you. Why? Because your security, right, is being what? Blessed and given to you, gifted to you. If you hold the course, hold your gangster. Base of the deck, darling dears. We've got the Uranus energy of it all. And you know Uranus is unpredictable, darling dears. Again, awakening. Your awakening is here. Okay. Let's press on. Let's press on. What false narrative is unfolding or unraveling under the subpoena that was sent? What narrative is unfolding? Being unraveled. Yeah. The backstabation, darling dears. Everything they did it on purpose. They knew exactly what they was doing to you. Libra energy, did I not just tell you? Libra, open enemies. They knew exactly what they did, darling dears. But they didn't anticipate that you wouldn't come back. Oi, this is Aquarius energy, Uranus energy. Was we not just talking about Uranus? This is what I'm telling you. My cards line up. Why? Because I had to go through my death and rebirth. If I was to really sit down and tell you the things that I had to let go of, you wouldn't believe it. But I did. You are going towards smoother waters, darling dears. Whenever we see an archway, it's about the archway to opportunities, new beginnings that are being gifted to a big cat, darling dears. The arch could also speak about a bridge. It's speaking about you moving forward, leaving the past behind. Yeah, they knew exactly what they did, darling dears. Swords is also what? Spiritual energy. So what else is unraveling? Because we want to get to the meat and bones. Good God. Every blood clot thing. Good God. Their finance ain't looking good. No new opportunities. It could also speak about a job loss or some form of displacement. There's a lot of gossip. I told you. Look at the Queen of Pentacles here on her forehead, darling dears. The gossip was real, darling dears. It could be involving a progeny. Or someone who is pretending to be an adult, but inside they're a child, darling dears, in the face of what? Your badass alchemist ways. Everything's unraveling. And this is all money that's come out, darling dears. Money. And money is also tied to what? Your health. It's the Pentacles, darling dears. Okay. Let's press on, darling dears. The money's not looking good. The money's funny, guys. The money is funny. They should have learned to what? Hold their tongue. Proverbs 10:19, but they didn't. So now they're getting what? The friar tuck in reverse. Base of the deck. You knew it was coming. You prophesized this. when you took back your power grid. Now they're looking like a bunch of backward walking giraffes, darling dears. For really real. You said it. That heartbreak, darling dears. You alchemized this heartbreak. Nine of Swords. They was attacking you spiritually, mentally, darling dears. They wanted you to feel alone. But you are never alone. Never. Not when you can call on Father God, Mother Isis, your ancestors, way showers, and spiritual guides. Split the deck. Their money's funny, guys. Hey! Woo, child! I can't make it up. Their money and their health. Okay. They've got issues, darling. There's big issues, skin disorders, something to do with plastic surgery. I told you somebody wants some kind of medical help. Maybe they're going for plastic surgery and it's going to be the biggest mistake of their life. They use the Skrilla that they don't have to try and change the way they look. You can change the outside as much as you like, but the inside, is still the same. Yeah, their money's not looking good, darling dears. Everything that they did to you is affecting their health. It's affecting their minds. All of the heartbreak. They thought you'd come back for some more. They didn't realize that you would get up from that table. Just because you got up from the table doesn't mean that you don't want them to eat. They just can't eat at your table anymore. Right. Let's get some more intel, darling dears. More intel. Give it another shorty. What did your intuition first know about this situation? What did your intuition first know about this situation? That it was a what? It was a shit show, darling dears. A shit show. Lean in, bestie. The Tower reversed. This is major money loss, darling dears. Yeah. If they're in a relationship, their partner feels unimportant. Okay, that's their business, darling dears. This is the energy of the breakup, darling dears. What they never anticipated. They're trying to resist the change that they're experiencing in their hemisphere at this moment in time, but you can't resist when you see the Tower. This is in reverse. This is karma, darling dears, in motion. Ace of the deck, darling dears. Your intuition told you that you will have many options. You will have many choices. And again, it's the Cups energy. You cried a lot of tears, but these were silent tears. But remember, every tear you cried, your ancestors counted them. Why? You are the blueprint. You were sent to break these generational curses. The Seven of Cups in the upright tells me that you are learning to what? Choose more wisely. You understand the Decepticons, darling dears. They're extremely, at this moment in time, the Cups is also telling me that they are uncertain about your feelings in the situation. They're uncertain about your feelings. They need to be afraid, darling dears. They are the bird that flew too fast past their nest. Your mind already told you this, darling dears. But it's again a reminder. Don't look back. Remember, Carol Ann was told to come into the light. They're going to come with all sorts of confusion, darling dears. This could also somebody trying to reach out. Why? Because crisis has hit them, darling dears. It's hit them very hard. Good golly and the gosh. Tower card in the reverse speaks about accidents. They're having accidents, darling dears. Okay, somebody's having an issue about, or they keep having a recurring dream where they're going to be falling from a great height. Well, they've already fell, darling dears. They're living in the crevice of the devil's balls. Remember, I told you that.
somebody, it's also about broken bones, something to do with their vital organs, darling dears.
Jesus, this don't look good. I told you accidents are afoot. Nothing like the old boomerang, eh? You had to learn to what? Guard your heart. Proverbs 4:23. For from your heart spills the well of life.
When people come into your life, even if you gave birth to them, partners, whatever, family members, whatever, darling dears, when they try to take your light by force, there is consequences and ramifications. All right. Tell me something more about your intuition, darling dears. It was on fucking point.
You was on point.
There could be as many as, 9 antagonists against you, darling dears, but you stand up. You stand up no matter what. You always have that, get back. Fire energy, again, is spiritual energy. 9 of Wands in the upright. You are courage. You are persistence. You are resilience. You are stability. You are strength. You are the wounded warrior. But as I said, every tear you cried, your ancestors counted them. And there is no court higher than the one in Ketha.
Energy of the 7 is court contracts, darling dears. Somebody's going to be signing some kind of a contract.
Okay. Base of the deck. They didn't think you would leave. This is what you was intuitively guided to do. Leave, blood. Don't wait for nothing. If you've only got one shoe on, hop out, darling dears. You did the tinky winky with the bag. You may not feel abundant at this moment in time, but this is what is promised to you. Continue to alchemize everything. See everything as what it is, not what it was. See it, darling dears. Understand what you're going through. Split the deck. High priestess in the gossipers, darling dears. This could be feminine energy. It could be a Mitch bitch or a bitch Mitch. This is also mistress energy. Mistress energy? Listen, what do you call a man that's a mistress? Are they a mistress as well? Somebody hit me up with that. I've never come across that. What do they call a man? Tell me about this mistress. Bitch, we need a new deck for that. Listen. Tell me about this mistress energy, this liar. And this is somebody that is a what? A succubus. Yes, baby. Succubus. Is it incubus and succubi? One of the two? Yes, one of them. Tell me about this mistress. The mistress. Give it a good shufti. Strong energy right here, darling. Just tell me about this person. Yeah, this was a match made in hell, darling dears. As I said, at 911 Freddy Krueger Avenue, 2 streets over from the village of the damned, darling dears. Loser Lane, frenemies, base of the deck. You're going to have a reason to what? Celebrate about this mistress. What is the reason? The Three of Cups also represents what? Third party interference in a situation. Whoever they're with, darling dears, they can't get it on. If it's a man, nah, blood, it's not working. And if it's a woman, they're holding back on that situation to try and control the situation. Tell me something else about these dickheads, right? Yeah. Everything they did, darling dears, was to wound you. They didn't know that you would come back as a master of your craft. Some of you, this is a marriage card. As I said, you will be going into marriage. It also speaks about a platform. Could be online. But they didn't think that your comeback would be so great. This is you being paid in kind, being recognized as a master in your field. What else didn't they expect? Skrilla. Let me get to the floor. .com, darling dears. They didn't expect loyalty. Divine is going to gift you with the loyalty that you had to let go of.
This is stability, darling dears. This is legacy building. I know you may think, but I'm just... There's no just I'm just. There's always the I. You have to remember, every day the Most High wakes you up. Divine still has a plan for you. This mistress wanted access to what you had, darling dears, your power grid. Matter of fact, they wanted to date you, whomever this third person was. They was never dating whomsoever you was involved with. They was dating you because you are the plug. You are the power grid. This is why Divine sent you on this solitary path. You are in spiritual quarantine. This is just the beginning, darling dears. Everything that this mistress wanted from you, they can't take. They're dumb as a crumb, darling dears. And whoever they was shoplifting the punani or the futum from, darling dears, it's not working for them. Right. Let's press on, darling dears. Let's press on in my strongest voice. Okay. What is the ultimate reflection that they can't escape? Because this is what you are, bestie. You are their mirror. You've been given the ultimate final instructions, darling dears. Dominate and close the chapter. They thought they had control. You showed them. They never did. They tried to silence you with gossip, subterfuge and bull swanky. But you became louder than ever because your silence. Trust and believe they triggered you, but your silence. They wanted you to respond to all these situations, darling dears, ungrounded, emotional. But you didn't. You forced them into a corner. You stirred up the water to catch a fish. Law number 39 of the 48 laws of power. You became what? In some cases, you had to pose as a spy to catch a spy. Law number 21, you played that sucker to catch this sucker. They always underestimated you. They never knew you. But that's their business, blood, because they're going through consequences and ramifications. Hey, is it Lynn Hampton? Big cat, wave, I see you, darling dears. I was so busy prophesizing what's going on. You, darling dears, are swerving through that traffic of Zemblanity. What is for you will not miss you, darling dears. Anything that was taken or you had to move away from, it wasn't for you. You are the blueprint. You came here as many people's mirrors. Yes, you cried tears, but you cried them and they were counted by your ancestral team, your way showers, your spiritual guides, your security. Fist bump. What is the ancestral shift activated by your obedience to telling them to fuck off and do a double backflip? Listen, I was trying to calm myself down, darling, but I can't be calm. They are worthless and consorts of wicked, or consorts to the wicked and the liars. Never you forget, darling dears, many are called, but few are chosen. And you are chosen. You never found me by mistake. Many of you are supporters that I've had from since I started my channel in 2019. And as I have grown, you have grown. You'll notice that my readings have changed. Because we are always metamorphosing. We are changing. We are like caterpillars, darling dears. But this is your butterfly era. So what was the ancestral shift for your obedience? Cards don't even want to come out. We're going to mix them again, darling dears, because we want to know what's going on. Because we're clearing up a few things. Divine is gifting you the cup of love. This is a new beginning. Whenever we see the Ace of Cups, lean in, bestie. Lean in. The Ace of Cups also represents what? Autumn. Right? For some, you call it the fall. But we call it autumn in the UK, darling dears. Whatever's coming towards you. Look, Lady Goddess, the baddest of them all. You understand about self-worth. You understand about where you was disrespected in situations. And you have to understand that divine always has the final say. When they were gossiping and trying to bring you down, they didn't know that when they was making their plans to bring you down, God was laughing because you came here with an assignment. And today, you hold the energy of a 7. Utilize it. They wanted your security with no accountability. Because of your obedience, darling dears, we have the Queen of Cups. This is somebody who's highly intuitive, darling dears. Nurturing, loyal, all of the above. Right? Extremely loyal to situations that weren't loyal to you, darling dears. You also have the Ace of Wands for a new beginning. Oh my God, all of this spirituality on the tableau, darling dears. We love it. We don't hate it. So we've got what? Fire and water energy, darling dears. The energy of the Ace of Wands told me that you left a situation that you were surrounded by narcissists, darling dears. It's in the upright. People that lacked structure and routine. For some, you was in a situation where you was dealing with an absentee father. Yes, your father, the father of your progeny. They abused the power, extremely manipulative, darling dears. But divine has gifted you a new spark of inspiration, passion, creative energy. This is a time for you to move with bold actions. Why? Because divine is gifting you this new beginning. Divine wouldn't put you in the DNS. What's that? The dark night of the soul. I had to look over my shoulder because it's not sneaking up on me again, blood. I told you, I am the red light, green light champion of 2018. And who has left cannot come back. This is the 3 of Cups on its forehead. They was laughing before, but now they're crying. There could be 3 people in this situation, darling dears. Divine has what? Put your discernment on 1,000. We love it. We don't hate it. That is the idea, darling dears. And they can't come back. They cannot. Because in order for them to come back into your life, darling dears, they have to lead with what? The first thing is, I'm sorry. No, but I'm sorry. Is there any way we can fix this shit? Right? But they're not prepared to do that. Accountability, that's a swear word to them, darling dears. This is why they are on the bus. Going past the sign that says you can't F off past this point. They're going past it, guys. Nobody stopped them. Why? You have none of these left to give. You keep it tightly wound. Because this is what they did not have to give when they was putting you through whatever they put you through. You're right, Lynn Hampton. Your edges come first. Listen, there's not enough what?
gel, darling dears, to gel down what they're causing in their life. I told you they're going through a full-on reverse friar tuck. They wants to come back for 1 mile around Julie. Don't allow it. Divine has gifted you with this new beginning, darling dears. A creative new beginning. You have discernment, your intuition. Your loyalty is not something to be on the tableau, darling dears. They have to go through tests in order to get to close to you like that ever again. Remember, you roll with the 6 G's: God, goal, gifts, greatness, growth, and gratitude. Because as you realize the truth in certain circumstances and situations, yes, you cried, but it made you stronger. And for some, this is a divine union, darling dears. Dolphins are purported to be the most intelligent. Is it a mammal on this Malkuth? Listen to your inner knowing. Whenever you feel like you don't know what's going on, this is why I tell you at the beginning, go within. All answers come from within. The 3 of Cups on its forehead, darling dears. Lean in, bestie. Lean in. If they've got into a situation with a third party, the third party is about to leave them on the roadside, darling dears, looking like a full-on dickhead, right? A kunumunu dickhead. Listen, that word is a Jamaican word. And when you come here, you're Jamaican. Whether you like it or not, right? Yeah, that's what I said, right? Everything is pointing towards autumn, darling. There's water energy. This is your rebirth because you've done the inner work. The 3 of Cups on its forehead, darling dears, also speaks about there's a lot of depression around them, darling dears. People that they saw as co-conspirators, they're leaving them in the dust. Why? It's a miscarriage of justice. It also speaks about in that situation, somebody's had a miscarriage or an abortion. These people abused your trust. They're experiencing a lot of disharmony, a lot of tension, especially in the social circles where they thought they was king or queen. But we saw the Queen of Pentacles on her forehead. They are becoming the topic of talk. This is a gift, darling dears. Remember, as a big cat, you walk with the wise. Leave them where they are, darling dears. Leave them where they are. Because you have the Chariot, your warrior energy. Again, we go back to the energy of the 7, darling dears. This new beginning, and again, it's moving forward. Yeah, somebody's going to try and what? Guilt you back into a situation. You can't make me guilty, darling dears. You cannot. Why? Because you're the baddest of them all. Why? Because you know how to walk alone. Not everybody can do that. That alone should let you know that you are chosen. Self-automated and being blessed in real time. Spiritual guidance. Somebody's going to be getting a new Chariot of Righteousness. Or you're going to have your car fixed at this moment in time. Something's going wrong. Okay. Let's ask one more question. And then we're out of here. To do what? That's right, bestie. To get great. Who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? The Empress. Whether you are male or female, darling dears, this is somebody who knows their worth. You are attracted to abundance. Why? It's Venus energy, darling dears, as well as Earth energy. You are stable. We spoke about the energy, the stability that you are creating for yourself.
Your level of knowledge at this point is unmatched. Why? Because you faced that flame. Okay. Divine feminine energy, darling dears. Divine wants you to continue to be confident, darling dears. And it's also a reminder that you will have the chance to express love, but it will be reciprocated. The Empress doesn't deal with what pages a night. No, someone on your level. We saw the energy of the 7. This is contracts, darling dears. It may not be a partner. It could be somebody coming in as a business contact. But it's what you truly deserve. Thank you for the super chat, Alexis Holmes. It's most appreciated. This is who you are becoming. You also have a message coming towards you. Oi, let me get the other cards, right? Because underneath that is the world card, darling dears. For the door being closed. Right, where's the other deck gone? Now it's hiding from me. Oh, found it. What's this message? Fell everywhere into my lap. Okay, we've got the Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning, darling dears. Whoever's coming towards you, darling dears, they want to share in what you've created for yourself. You better not. They've been leaning on a hoe. Listen, we've got the 7 of Pentacles on its forehead, darling dears. This isn't fabulous. And I told you they're going down, Bobby Brown. Their health is being affected, darling dears. Their mind is what? Being perpetrated and propositioned by regret. And remember, regret is not remorse. That's the difference between Judas and a Peter. Peter was wrong for a day, but Judas? Hey. 7 of Pentacles on its forehead, darling dears. You will not be able to trust them, but Divine is telling you to what? When this message comes through, trust your gut, your discernment, your intuition. Okay. The 7 of Pentacles on its forehead, darling dears. It also speaks about jealousy, a lot of jealousy around you, right? Anything they come back with, darling dears, it will be nothing but be breadcrumbs, darling dears. They haven't got any Skrilla and their health is not good. And if this is an ex-partner trying to return to you, listen, whatever's going on in the bedroom is not working for them, darling. Why would you want that back? If it was a partner that left you for someone else or felt that there was someone else better than you, darling dears, you have to leave them to the consequences and ramifications they created. Because remember, you was the gift. You didn't even know you was the gift. To your progeny, you are the gift. To those family members, you was always the gift. But you see, wisdom chases these people, but they run so fast. You have to never forget that the Most High is about to open doors for you. And once they are open, no one can close them. They are about to what? Sow what they reaped. They sowed injustice, and they shall reap calamity. These people took you to your stress threshold, darling dears, your most pissed offedness. But you remained silent. You didn't seek revenge. You went within. Told you. Anybody returning at this stage of time, they're narcs, darling dears. This is the card of the narcissist. They watched you, right, crying into your fist. But you wasn't crying into your fist. You was washing your face like David. Remember David? How he cried and laminated to the Most High to save his son. And the day his son passed, David got up off that floor and washed his face. And everybody was like shocked. How can you be washing your face? But your son is dead. Because he cried and laminated the whole time he was ill. You've done it already, darling dears. Wash your face like David. because this is who you are becoming. Let's get one final card. Then we're out of here to get great. We're going to go with this one because I can't remember what it is. So we're going to go with this one. If you remember it, please put it in the comments, darling dears. And you're right. Don't forget your edges. Your hairline must always come first. Listen. And you see the thing about wicked people, darling dears, they always lose their hairline. Trust and believe. Some of their hairlines is starting back behind their ears, darling dears. They wanted you to languish in the bargain bucket when divine said every door that is being opened is just for you. And remember, sometimes that door that's opened is just for you. No one can come with you. You're saying your birthday is in May. Okay. May 1977. This makes you a snake. Oh my God, you're a snake, right? This is your year. What's going on? Anybody that's a pig at this moment in time, according to Chinese astrology, but your life should be great. What's going on? But remember, things are coming towards us in the fall, and we are fast approaching the fall. I think it's about 5 weeks. Final message for the big cat who ain't taking no chat, and nobody can come back because they will come back with empty words and no accountability for what they done did. Final card. Told you. Continue to express yourself. You could be a painter, you could be a writer, darling. There's whatever it is. Divine is what? Putting you in a leadership role, because this is what you're becoming. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Amazon. Pick up my books. How to Hold Schools and Social Services and Institutions Accountable, darling dears. Screenshot and read it for your leisure or your leisure. Or my second book, The Chronocode, which I broke down so you can understand and decode your chart, darling dears. Screenshot and read for your leisure or your leisure. I made them like manuals, darling dears, because I did not want to give you... I've given you the information, darling dears, but because of my neurodivergence, I recognize patterns, and I broke it down in such a way that you'll be able to pick it up and understand it at any level. Toddle over to my Teesprings, pick up some of the channel merch, or to my Patreon, where I upload my extended videos. On the base of your deck is the strength. You are Trung, I told you. T-R-O-N-G. Know this. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat. Cat, cat. Remember, you are the prototype. You were sent here to break generational curses. Big cat wave.